What's going on, everybody? Welcome to part 2 of my Ultimate Cleveland rants right now. This is your host Scorpion LXP Sports, talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Guys, I know I've been saying this a lot. Watch this team. Just watch the Cavs, please. Please watch them. Don't watch the Browns this year, please. Watch this Cavs team, man. They are killing it this year. Even for people that don't even like basketball that much, watch them. They're so much fun. Guys, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland are all playing at an all-star level. They're playing so good right now. They've gotten better. They are cooking on every cylinder right now. They're top 5 in almost every great statistical category right now. The only team that I'm scared of, and even then I'm not even that scared, are the Celtics. And we play them tonight. That's going to be a battle. That's going to be a good game. And who doesn't want to see the Cavs beat the Celtics? Come on, people. Everyone's playing great. You got Jarrett Allen just coming back to form and just dominating. Karis LeVert and Ty Jerome just looking like all-stars out there too. I mean, I know they're not going to be all-stars, but they're playing like it. They're playing really, really well. And you also have Georges Niang, who was unstartable last year, to a guy that is a solid contributor. I mean, I think he scored 14 points against the Hornets. I mean, that is unbelievable. From a guy that I didn't think was even going to last the offseason. And these young guys are developing. Kenny Atkinson is getting everyone together. They're playing like a team. They're excited to be out there. They're actually like having a good time. Like they're just... It comes to a point in some games you'll just look at them and they're just trying out shit. They'll just start they'll start playing like NBA Jam. Like stuff like that. Like they'll just be like, like a twirling dunk or something. Or like a pass through the leg and like a freaking slam dunk or like a layup or something. Or like a downtown 3 from Donovan Mitchell or something. Like it just gets to a point where they just start saying, let's play some NBA Jam ball. Where's Tim Kitzrow when you need him? It is crazy to see how good this team is. 15-0. That is the best start in franchise history. And that is the second best start in NBA history. In NBA history. Do you know how many teams have started this good and have made it far into the playoffs? I mean, you had a 90s Hawks team that had Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, one of the best players of all time. And they started like 14-0 and they won the championship. They won the finals. I forgot who they beat. The only team that started off really, really good and didn't do good in the playoffs was the Seattle Sonics, I believe back in the 70s? I don't remember. I remember the exact year. They were talking about it on ESPN or something. They had like all the teams laid out or whatever. And that's my one thing. If anyone watched that ESPN thing about Stephen A. Smith talking about the Cavs, it's obvious that he's biased towards the Cavs. The Cavs could be on ESPN for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Win every game. And they would barely talk about them. Barely. I was watching that segment like the other day, and they talked about the Cavs for like 3 minutes, and then they're like, all right, on to Boston. So Boston is having problems, They lost to this team, and what are they going to do against the da-da-da-da-da? It's like, oh my God. Can you stop talking about Boston for a minute and start talking about the team that's leading the league in almost every category and is the only undefeated team left? Stop talking about them high market team. I'm so sick of it. talk about teams that are actually doing good. Like, come on. Talk about the teams that are actually doing really, really good in your league instead of talking about the Knicks and the Bucks, who are on fire right now. And not in the good way. I mean, like the Cavs are cooking, and they made a gourmet meal. They made a 5-star meal. The Knicks right now are cooking and burn the kitchen to the ground. And the Bucks, they burned the kitchen down last year. Now they're in debt and recovery with Doc Rivers. So your best teams, or the ESPN best teams, aren't doing it this year. So now they have to find new teams to talk about. They got to find new ways to just get their stupid agenda and bullshit across. And it's so annoying. All of them on there suck. I mean, can they just shut up about the same 4 teams in every sport? My God. I mean, it is abysmal hearing the same freaking 4 teams. How many people are so tired of hearing about the Celtics and the Cowboys and the Chiefs and back in the day the Patriots? How many people are so just tired of it? When is it going to be our time to talk when they give us recognition for good majority? Stephen A. Smith, he wants to see 60 games out of this team before he can validate an opinion on them. 60 games? That's more than half the year. That is ridiculous. I'd say 30. If you could do 30, that'd be really good. I mean, is this Cavs team going to go 82-0? Hell no! It's 82 games. Are you insane? They're not going 82-0. There's no way. For that to happen, I mean, if they go 82-0, then this is the greatest NBA team of all time. Like, hands down. No one could argue that. That would be sweet, but they're not going to do that. They're going to try their best to do so, but they're going to lose a few in there, and they're going to lose to a few teams that they shouldn't lose to. But also, I'm scared because... Well, not scared, but I keep saying that. I'm not scared. The main thing about it is if you have a hot start like this and you fizzle out towards the middle, you got to have a strong finish. You have to have a strong finish. Don't do what the Browns are doing right now and playing like crap. Well, they played like crap all the way through. They didn't really have a strong start. Play like the Browns last year where they had start. Take that out. Then you had Deshaun Watson getting hurt, whatever. Then Joe Flacco coming in, and they had that race to the sunset, and it was beautiful into the playoffs. Then he got spanked in the playoffs, but let's not have that. But you know what I'm saying. Like, do that. Like, if any part of the year you start fizzling out a little bit, that is fine. Don't let that be the end of the year. Especially, like, don't be like the Orioles. Be like the Guardians. They started hot, fizzled out a little bit in the middle, and then after that Royals game, hit on all cylinders, made a nice playoff run. Doing all that, had to get my Guardians taken there too. You know, I can't leave them out of this. They had such a great year. I mean, guys, this team doesn't even have not their best shooter, but one of their best shooters in Max Strus. You know, and there's people talking about trades. You know, oh, let's trade this guy and this guy for this. Why? Why would you break this up? People are like, you trade Georges Niang and you trade away LeVert and you get Larry Nance and a second rounder. It's like, I love Larry Nance Jr. I do. He's a great player. Why break this up? Especially Georges Niang. I've heard he's a great locker room guy. You don't want to break up the locker room guys. That's why the Guardians brought back Hedges. How could they not bring back Hedges? Excuse me. I can't believe it that this team is 15-0 right now. They've beat the Hornets. They beat the Bulls. They beat the Knicks. They beat the Nets. Those are just the recent games. They beat a battered 76ers team. That was a nail biter, I'm not going to lie. This team's just special, guys. It's a special animal. And they're going to eat Boston alive tonight. They're not going to get spanked tonight by Boston. It's going to be a close game. I think the Cavs are going to win. It's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be a 105 to 103 is your final. I think it's going to be a close one. It'll be a nail biter. It's going to be a back and forth game. But I don't think the Cavs are going to crush them. If they do crush them, hell yeah, baby. I would love to see that. Love to get Stephen A to shut up. And put some respect on the Cavs. Because ESPN and all the sports networks, you all got to do that. You all got to do that. Put some respect on the Cavs. This team's going places, guys. This team is going places. I mean, this team is dominating with dribbling. I didn't even think you could be elite at dribbling. And then I looked at Darius Garland dribble. And it's just holy crap. This dude can dribble and then some. I didn't think elite was a category for dribbling, but here we are. You got literally what I said earlier, man. He is doing the NBA Jam through the legs and, or you have Evan Mobley doing the spin slam dunk and just going bah. Stuff like that. It is crazy. Crazy. Unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And I'm probably not showing as much emotion in this one. I want to say I am showing a lot of emotion. I use a lot of it yelling about the Browns. It was so frustrating that it's you see a team that's actually good and it's kind of what? We have a team that's good? How? Why? When did this happen? It's kind of like a shock. It's kind of it's kind of like when someone hits you and you're so stunned. You're just kind of you just kind of stand there for a bit to process everything that's happening. That's kind of what I'm doing. The Cavs are playing so good. I'm still processing how they're doing so good. Because it's just well, we're Cleveland. We're not supposed to have a great team. That's what every single sports network normally says or does. Or we're not supposed to have a great team because we're small market. We're not New York. Or Boston. Sorry we're not the biggest market, but hey, every now and then we can get a great team going. I'm fine with it. It just always comes as a shock. How is it that this year is it's looking like 2016 again? Minus, the Guardians didn't make the World Series, but they were close. But the Browns suck. They're probably going to rebuild again. And the Cavs look absolutely unbeatable. They look like world beaters right now. So it's wow. Guys, I think this is going to change Cleveland sports if the Guardians and the Cavs keep doing what they're doing. If Stephen Vogt, Kenny Atkinson keep doing what they're doing with the Guardians and Cavs, these teams are going to be taking over Cleveland, and the Browns are going to be just left. The Browns are going to be left in the dust. I wouldn't blame them. I mean, how could you pay to watch that Browns team? They're terrible. Now, hopefully the Browns can get their crap together next year. But it ain't happening this year. Guys, tune in for part 3 where I'm going to be talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes.